All right, guys, quick technique for us from the closed guard position, a pass. This pass comes in really handy when I have an opponent who's been able to trap my arm with like the overhook. This situation where I'm really having a difficult time creating posture. I can press, but my arm's kind of trapped here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cup the top of the shoulder or make a grip inside the collar, 4 fingers inside the collar. My objective here is to control the shoulder. So I'm going to close this elbow tight and make sure that that shoulder doesn't move. Okay? On the other side of his head, my head is going to attach to his jaw. Okay? And my palm is going to attach to the top of his shoulder. My objective now is to touch this elbow to the mat above his head. In order to do that, though, as I transition, my shoulder is going to need to go into his jaw. So I elevate my hips, putting as much pressure as possible onto his jaw. And as I walk around to the side, my elbow drops to the mat, and I switch my pressure, shoulder into his jawline. Again, making sure that his shoulders can't rotate. If his shoulders can rotate around, this is going to be really difficult. He's going to end up getting me off balance, being able to submit with arm locks, shoulder locks, etc. Okay? Drop that elbow. Continued pressure on his head so it's facing away. Okay? And now I'm going to walk myself out over his thigh until I get to his calf. My hips are over his calf and they stay down low. Again, I cannot let his shoulders move here, so I pinch everything in tight. Okay? Release with this hand and come up over the ankle. I swim this hand down across and make this grip. So the grip that was on the lapel now feeds thumb in grip to his collar. Okay? From here, if I just lift up, his left leg is going to swing over and I'm stuck in an arm lock. Here. So it's imperative that, again, I don't let his shoulders move. You see all my pressure now in my chest. I transition that pressure into my hips with my chest up and my hips down. Escape my hand, block into hip, and drop right down into the bread cutter, paper cutter choke, or just side control thumb. Okay. One more time. Close guard, he's got the overwrap. Okay. You cup the top of the shoulder, or I like to make 4 fingers grip. My head comes over and puts pressure so that his head is facing the opposite direction. My palm goes on his shoulder. Hips elevate. Don't let his shoulders move. My elbow's going to drop to the ground, and my shoulder transitions into his head. Here. Making sure, again, that his shoulder doesn't move. I transition out till my hips are over his calf. Okay? Heavy pressure down. Come under his ankle. Switch grip. Thumb in grip to his collar. Okay? Making sure not to lift any pressure off here. I transition my pressure from my chest into my hips. Now I block the hips and I can drop right down into my choke or maintain my side control position. All right? Good transition for when you have a guy that's holding you down in posture, having a hard time getting a posture from inside the closed guard.